The driver of the concrete pumping truck that crashed into a Hays CISD school bus last month, killing a student on board, is now facing 6 lawsuits.
The most recent lawsuit coming today from the parents of Ulysses Rodriguez Montoya, the 5-year-old who was killed in that crash. KVUE's Malia Masamoto joins us now in the studio with more on these legal proceedings. Malia.
Well, Brian Ashley, this is a mugshot here of the suspect, Jerry Hernandez, from an unrelated case earlier this year. Now, Hernandez has been charged with criminally negligent homicide for the crash, but hasn't had any court hearings yet. And we tried to get an answer from Bastrop County about why that is, but they haven't been able to give us an answer just quite yet. But in these separate civil lawsuits, all of the plaintiffs allege negligence from both Hernandez and his employer.
The day a concrete pumper truck hit a Hays CISD bus full of pre-K students is a day the kids and their families will have a hard time forgetting.
It will be some time before they return to their normal lives.
For now, families are filing lawsuits against the concrete pumper truck company, FJM, and Jerry Hernandez, the driver of the truck. Jason Feltoon is the attorney representing 7 children and 1 adult who he says had some of the worst injuries on the bus.
I would say extreme physiological and emotional damages.
In their lawsuit, they claim negligence for Hernandez allegedly driving while under the influence, driving recklessly, and failing to keep a proper lookout for traffic, among other reasons. The lawsuit also alleges that FJM Concrete Pumping and Hernandez's employer, Francisco Martinez, are guilty of negligence.
They never should have allowed him to operate the vehicle in the first place. He shouldn't have been hired.
But Feltoon's plaintiffs aren't the only ones making this claim. They're just one of 5 other similar lawsuits. The latest coming from the parents of 5-year-old Ulysses Rodriguez Montoya, who was killed in the crash. In a statement from the attorney for Montoya's parents, they say, quote, Alfredo Rodriguez and Emily Montoya are devastated by the loss of their son. They are enraged at the conduct of Jerry Hernandez. They hope that something can be done to make sure such a preventable tragedy never happens again. And though Feltoon says only about 1% of these injury cases end up going to trial, he says it's something the families would want to see.
I know the families that I represent, they want their day in court. They want a jury of their peers to hear their story.
But before that could happen, Feltoon says the judge will decide if they're going to combine any of the 6 lawsuits filed after the crash so far. And Feltoon says there could certainly be more, and even more plaintiffs in the coming weeks.
Now, we also asked Hays CISD if they would be filing a lawsuit as well. Now, their response, they said they haven't ruled out any possible future action.